Hello, my name is Brandon Matthews. I'm in SGD 111-9885. My very first prompt was, what are the top five gaming companies? Um, I was slightly surprised to see Sony was number one. Um, I realized, that Nintendo and Microsoft have been around for a long time, and I kind of figured that they would be number one. But it does make sense that Sony would be at the top of the list. My next prompt was, who is the best gaming company for survival horror games? I kind of had a I had kind of figured that it would be Capcom. I'm a large fan of Resident Evil games. My dad was playing them since I was like a baby, and I kind of grew up on them, and I kind of figured that that would be the front runner. Um, I'm a big fan of Street Fighter. I knew that was one other game that Capcom has made. I've also played through Devil May Cry also. Monster Hunter was a good game. Um, it's just nice to see the other gaming franchises that they were responsible for. Asked what some notable employees of Capcom were. I've heard of Shinji Mikami. Resident Evil 4 is one of my favorite games, but also one of the greatest games like ever made. And I've heard his name quite a few times. Some of these other names I haven't heard much of, besides Hideki Kamiya. Uh, I've watched a few videos on Resident Evil. Requiem is the newest project that came out about a month ago. I know the development cycle was interesting. It was going to be an open world game, and they changed the development um, about 75% of the way, as they figured that people would like a more grounded experience. They also changed the game a few times because Leon, the main character, they didn't want him to solely be the main character again. They wanted to introduce a new character, Grace Ashcroft. And then after playing the game, I think that was a solid choice. I also asked if Steam was considered a gaming company. Um, Technically, they are, but Steam is just a it's a computer platform that people use. It's the most notorious for PC gamers with over 100 million active daily users, and then it shows the franchises that Valve are responsible for. I asked about NetherRealm Studios because they're my favorite franchise. They made Mortal Kombat games, and Mortal Kombat uh, was really my main game for a long time. I've won a few tournaments for it. I grew up on it, been playing it since I was a baby. Um, I know that NetherRealm Studios was just recently bought out by Netflix, so I'm a little worried about their future. And this prompt uh, was made because of that. ChatGPT recommended that it compare the influence and success of NetherRealm Studios to Capcom or Bandai Namco. Um, so this next prompt is it doing that? I know that Midway was the parent company to NetherRealm Studios. That's what they were called prior to 2009. So my last prompt was when Midway was funded, and it is actually older than Bandai Namco and Capcom. It was funded in 1958. They're also responsible for NBA Jam. I didn't really know that. Um, and I know that Mortal Kombat had a rebranding after Mortal Kombat 9 or Mortal Kombat 2009 came out, and they rebranded to NetherRealm Studios.